that?
That's Capri.
Oh.
No.
Hey guys! This is the Honesty Issue. I'm Sky.
And I'm Katie.
And today we are talking about suicide.
Let's just start by saying that suicide is a very real and serious problem with young adults and teenagers. I mean, it's the third leading cause of death in teenagers, so it's a big problem.
Pretty high with the elderly as well.
And military.
And military.
It's just high all around.
It's
just a lot of people not feeling life. Some warning signs that I think are most common. Prevalent. Giving things away, like very sentimental things away. I used to do that before.
Really?
I would get really suicidal. I would like give things away.
I have never experienced that. What I did instead is that I would dye my hair a lot or like withdraw from friends.
My self-harm would be at its highest at that point.
Yes. I would be writing a lot. As soon as you start getting the idea of that, you start to go into like a routine of thinking about it, like planning about it, talking about it.
Yeah. I always used to think about how I would get things in order before I leave. Like everything in my room like had to go to somebody. I would write notes and then throw them away, like suicide notes.
Yes,
It'd always be in like some sort of dramatic poem.
Always is. Always is. I'd sleep a lot or get no sleep. Going numb is a huge thing as well. Just trying to disconnect yourself so it doesn't hurt as much when you leave. Stay aware if you see this in people. I think that's one of the biggest signs is if you see a lack of interest in things or don't talk as much.
Withdrawing from society, just like in general. And if you see these things in yourself, if you can catch it early enough, like if I start feeling suicidal, you can like now I can usually like catch it soon enough and then like work through it. And
it's so unbelievably hard to even just do that, catching yourself. I know that it might seem really tempting at the time and you might not even want to catch yourself. This is a new goal that you might have set for you, but it's not. You're going to have some moment in your life where you're like, you know what? I kind of enjoyed life today. I'm glad that I was here for it.
So if you are feeling suicidal, the biggest thing to do is to ask for help, even if you don't want it.
The worst thing you could do is to stay silent. That's something that Caitlin stresses really firmly is silent could be violent. And if you're not getting help, it's getting worse.
Things that you shouldn't do when you're feeling suicidal is don't give yourself a reason to do it. Like I would
as soon as the thoughts start piling up,
I would try and trigger myself. If I wasn't quite numb enough,
listening to certain songs. Listening to certain songs.
Breathe Me. That song is the worst.
Dude, for mine, my Breathe Me was Sail by AWOL Nation.
Weird.
I would listen to that song
on repeat Breathe Me
just
all the
because
time.
I didn't feel anything. And now it's ruined to me. It's
same.
a pretty good song too.
And Breathe Me is a beautiful song.
It really is.
But I can't listen to it now.
You ruin things for yourself?
The point is, don't do anything to encourage your thoughts.
It sounds like it doesn't really happen triggering yourself.
But it does.
I thought that was, stupid a while ago, but I realized that that's exactly what I do. A thing that you can do to help, especially if you're seeing this in someone else, I know it can be a really delicate situation. Reach out to them.
If you're under 18, tell an adult.
Regardless, just tell somebody. If you're feeling this way, please do not stay quiet. Because there is not a better thing that you could do than telling somebody.
If you do see it in someone else and you're worried that if you tell their parents or something that you'll push them over the edge, don't do that. Their parents will help them, or a guidance counselor or whatever, but you don't want to keep that by yourself.
For people that are worried about their friends and how to talk to their parents, I have actually told my friends' parents about it.
And I've had a friend tell my parents about it. So.
We complete each other. That was probably one of the hardest things I've done, and I was worried about the friendship for a while, but I can tell you today, we're best friends. It wasn't even years later that she thanked me for doing that, and I wasn't I was really scared about the friendship, but I knew that her life was more meaningful than, you know, having our friendship broken.
I had a friend in high school named Haley, and Haley told my parents that I was really sad and like thinking about killing myself, and I hated her for it for like years. And just recently, like maybe a few months ago, I like told her thank you. But like, don't worry about the, like, it will work itself out.
Yeah, worry about that
time,
later. That shouldn't be your priority right now.
Yeah.
I know it's scary, but it's gonna be okay. Okay, if you're trying to talk to someone else, like a parent, hey, I'm know worried. How much I care about your son or daughter. They're really important to me, and I really need to let you know that I don't feel like they're in a good situation right now.
And then tell them the things that you've seen from them. That way it's not just like you're stating you think their child is going to kill themselves. Like, tell them what you've noticed and maybe what's going on, why they're feeling that way if you happen to know that.
Yes, so. And do try to be delicate with it. It's probably going to be hard for a parent to understand, but chances are that they've been noticing it too.
They just need to call it to their attention.
Worst case scenario, if the parent doesn't agree with that, I would talk to a teacher.
How to talk to people if you are personally
feeling
suicidal? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. I usually just come out and say it. Like, I don't know. I feel like it takes too much effort to go around the subject instead of just saying like, I'm feeling suicidal.
Katie doesn't tiptoe around anything.
I don't, like, it wastes too much time. Then I'm just taking time away from people helping me. You're a Schuyler.
If you're me, call your parents, and there's this kind of in-between feeling that you're like, I should just do it. I should just blurt it out. But it's like the anticipation of before you say it that's really scary.
Yeah.
Just listen to that kind of scary part of your head and just blurt it out.
We kind of want to share some of the terrible things that can happen if you attempt suicide.
We're gonna scare you out of it.
You fail.
Because it's a real thing. Like, if you are thinking about this, you have to understand what's happening or what could happen.
One of the things I always thought about was walking in front of a car, and what happens if you survive that. You could be paralyzed.
The thing that always scared me out of jumping into a car was the other person. Like, they're gonna think it's their fault
that I died
for the rest of their life. But you're going to haunt them forever.
Yeah.
That's something that you can't take back, and that's gonna be scarring them. It might change their world completely.
The point is, it's never worth it. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you that I think suicide is like selfish or anything. I think that's dumb. It's whatever the reason you're feeling suicidal is, it's just not worth leaving Earth for.
It will pass.
Yeah. It always does.
I'm gonna get emotional.
Don't get emotional.
I just need to tell you how important it is that you stay here. I have tried to die so many times, and we're still here. Yeah. We're still here. I keep having days more recently that I've enjoyed completely, and I'm really happy with my life where it is right now.
Schuyler and I have both attempted more than once. Our suicide attempts have changed us forever. You don't want to add any extra stress or any extra PTSD or anything to what you're already going through. And if you attempt suicide, or if you're thinking about it, like, it's just making everything worse, honestly. We want to leave you guys with like a little message, just kind of saying,
we've been there, we know how it is, we know what you're going through, or you know what your friends are going through, and trying to help you.
It's hard, like the whole process of feeling suicidal and pushing through it, it's exhausting, but it's worth it. And you definitely can see that once you get to the other side. You just have to be patient with yourself and just take baby steps. It's on my necklace.
We love you guys so much. Please stay here with us. I know you're just one person, but you make an entire universe of a difference.
If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you guys can comment below, tweet, Tumblr, Facebook, and email, and all of those things are in the description box below.
That's all I want in life, Katie.
Is a dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my purpose.
You want this one?
Yes!
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say jump off the edge.
Not quite the right wording for this video.